Proiezioni Mentali oggi presenta la conferenza stampa di Transformers, la vendetta del caduto.
Lorenzo, that was the best answer of this whole. I didn't follow that.
Invece vorrei sapere dagli attori, buongiorno, che cosa fanno nella vita reale, se si allenano, se amano gli sport un po' violenti oppure se hanno una vita pacifica, se fanno sport, insomma, che tipo di hobby hanno.
Josh and I sword fight every Saturday morning. Tyrese and I throw ninja stars at each other on Sundays. Lorenzo and I don't know, we figure out some other fight. Like whoever loses dies, and I'm tired every time. No,
I've been trying to get Ramon to join me, take these ballet classes, and he's really afraid to be a trial, so just kind of.
What do I do? Well, what I do.
Oregon.
Yeah. Lots of knitting. I don't know. I think we're all pretty normal. We all. I like to just be outside doing whatever. I'm not by any means a violent person.
Yes, you
are. Yeah. I mean, I'm like anybody else. I like to get outside and golf or hike or go fishing or whatever.
Josh feeds. He feeds squirrels Alka-Seltzer.
I don't know what that means.
No, I'm saying, you give a squirrel an Alka-Seltzer and the stomach pop, man.
Oh, really?
I've heard that with seagulls. That's
the only level of violence. It's really inaccurate, that's it.
Questa immagine suggestiva, Francesco Cinquemani, che ha seguito il direttore di Film Magazine, per la prossima domanda.
La domanda è per Ramon e Josh. Fondamentalmente, voi venite da un mondo televisivo in cui lo sceneggiatore è il re. Siete passati a lavorare al cinema dove conta il regista. Com'è stato questo passaggio? Traumatico a livello di attore sto parlando.
Well, for me, that's a very good question because the TV world is very much about the writers and you follow the script as opposed to the film world where it's all about the director and you sort of write it as you go. This script in particular was very difficult for me to read because it's so dense and a lot of it is in Michael's head. And I think he likes it that way because that way
he has
complete control. I actually prefer this because this is more, you have more creative freedom on film, and you can kind of, if you get ideas, you can go, and especially with somebody like Michael, like sometimes it's difficult to keep up with him because he's throwing ideas at you all the time, and you prepare generally for what you want to do, but you also got to be ready to change it in like a second, and you got to really come focused and ready to go, and I love that about it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, it's mostly about the writing in the TV world, and in this particular film, Michael Bay's world, it's you just kind of flying by the seat of your pants, and every day you walk on set, you don't know what's going to happen. Things change up all the time. But the cool part is, TV, you stick with the role, and sometimes, I know Josh, how many seasons did you do? 5. So, I mean, 5 years of doing that. For me, the cool part of the film is you kind of invest yourself for however long this film, I think it was 5 months, and then you're done. And it's kind of cool. You get to move on, and then if they do another one, it's cool to kind of just let go of the character and move on to something else as opposed to you have to continue with the same character for a long time. And then also, I mean, a movie like this, you get to travel all over the world. Most TV series, you stay in one location.
We're in Rome. I mean, yeah,
it's from Egypt, Jordan.
Never get to come to Rome.
The Wire didn't film in Bolton.
What was the name of the club he was at?
Pretty Party. I don't know.
Hey, let me just say one more thing about that. It's kind of funny. is I don't know if anybody else does this, but there was a day, and I haven't seen the movie. I've seen about half the movie, but there's a scene when we first get there, when we're up on the hill, and I'm telling people to go. You guys go here. I need 2 guys to go run down that way. Do you remember that part of the movie? No. Anyway, there was a whole monologue. He comes in on a Monday morning, and he says, "Get all the guys up on the hill. I got something I want Josh to say." I was like, "Oh God," because you don't. That means that he's written something, and you don't know how long it's going to be, but I had to learn it in like 5 minutes and get up there and pretend like I knew what I was talking about. And he writes it down on a piece of paper, and the challenge was just to learn this and to get it out and make it sound like I knew, like I was commanding my troops to go do whatever. But on top of that, in typical Michael fashion, he likes to change it up like no, I'll say this, and I'll say this, and I'll say this, and if you don't get it right, he likes to make fun of you in front of all the other guys in the crew. So that was one of the biggest challenges in the movie, but it's also one of I love that part of it because you really had to go for it, yeah.
Hey Josh, I got some bad news. That didn't make the movie.
Oh, it didn't make the movie?
Yeah, that's what I know.
That's not the movie? Oh, never mind, that's not the movie. Sorry.
No, that's cool. Very long example. Got chopped up.
That's hilarious. Never mind everything I just said.
Yeah, take it all back. That was a lot of translation. You had the people in the box back there working so hard. Thank y'all so much.
Ok. Volevo chiedere quanto deve questo film alla tradizione dei robot giapponesi? Quanto ha preso da lì e quanto è andato avanti? Grazie.
Well, we actually studied a lot of the different kinds of Japanese robot series that were out there, and one of the really differentiating factors about this is because humans play such a big role in it. If you look at the Japanese animation, in general, they don't really have human characters in it. And so I think in that way, it's really evolved it forward. It was very interesting for us because when we first went to Japan, we assumed that this movie would be a fantastic success, and that they would really love it. But what we discovered actually was, and we did quite well there, but what we discovered was robots are such a part of the culture that they've divided people. And so you're a pro-robot person, you're an anti-robot person. And so what we had presumed was the whole society this was something that was part of their world. And in fact, what's happened is a lot of people don't like robots. So when we first did the campaign in Japan, we hid the robots. You only saw people on the posters. And what was great for us was just coming back there a second time is that they had learned that we had included humans in the story, and that had actually changed their opinion for some of those people. But there's still some that say, we don't like robots. So, so I think we evolved it forward for some of them.
We met the other day because our first premiere for Transformers was in Tokyo, and we met the guy who invented Transformers.
Mr. Sato-san.
Yeah, he was 86 years old, and he was the nicest guy ever. He presented Michael Bay with this trophy of Optimus Prime, and it was just, it was a full circle for me. To be a part of this film and knowing that Transformers was actually created in Tokyo, Japan, and to meet the guy who created the Transformers that's changed all of our lives and being a part of it was a very big deal. Plus, I'm a huge fan. I mean, I got an Autobot tattoo on my right forearm, so I'm a real fan from childhood.
Francesca Pepeoni dell'ANSA.
Buongiorno, ho letto
scusami,
che...
ti puoi alzare, ti chiedo scusa, ma in fondo non ti riusciamo a vedere, scusami, dico questa cosa.
Buongiorno, ho letto che il sequel dovrebbe uscire nel 2012 e che c'era un'idea...